We're now joined by second place qualifier Kurt Busch, driver the number 78 Furniture Row Racing Serta Chevrolet. He qualified second for tomorrow's NRA 500. It establishes a career best at Texas Motor Speedway. His previous best was third. Kyle beat you out with a new track record there at the end. Talk about that qualifying run you had today.
It was a great run for us. Real happy with the way the car unloaded right off the truck, and had good practice speed yesterday and race trim and qualifying trim. And then to back it up, that's it's the strength of the team. It's there. And, for us to be second outside pole, it's a great achievement from where we had been in the few weeks past with qualifying. So I think we found some things this weekend that will translate to all the mile and a halves, and we're hoping that that combination, gives us that stability that we need to, build up the foundation and points that we've lost this year at Martinsville and Phoenix. So starting up front, it's awesome. We'll have great pit box selection. We'll have track position early in the race. We'll need to pace ourselves to understand how the race will unfold, going from 7 o'clock start time into the evening when the track will be blistering fast at night. And just real proud of my guys. Really, Vegas was a struggle, and we turned it around quick at California, posted a top 5, and then here we are at the third mile and a half track in a sense, and we're outside pole. So it's definitely exciting for the Furniture Row Chevy SS guys and the team and everybody that's involved. We want to keep pushing hard and get the mattress sponsors that we have with Serta, Simmons, and Sealy the exposure they want out of partnering with a NASCAR team and advertising with Furniture Row.
We'll go ahead and open up for questions. Randy?
Randy Kofitz, Kansas City Star. Correct me if I'm wrong. This has to be updated from a year or two ago, but I don't believe you and Kyle have ever finished 1-2 or 2-1 in a Sprint Cup race. Isn't that still true?
You might be right. We've won on weekends, and he's won on weekends, and then it turned into like 4 weekends or 5 weekends in a row for the two of us.
So might this be the best chance for that, being that you're starting 1-2?
Yeah, in 2009, we raced each other for the finish. Turned into a little bit of a fuel mileage race at the end. We won it, and he dropped off at the end. He might have been third or fourth, but the two of us were the fastest 2 cars throughout the race. Here at Texas, 2009, fall.
Lewis.
Lewis, FrankAutoWeek.com. Obviously, pit box selection is key at the short tracks. What type of difference will it make to you at the bigger tracks like this?
Just having a bigger cushion to not have guys run into you by choosing a pit box with an opening close to it. And then the timing lines are all important on big tracks where the timing lines are spread further apart. It just helps with the ease of operation throughout the day when you have a nice pit box selection.
Jim.
Jim Utter, Show Observer. Kurt, which would you consider to be a bigger accomplishment for this team? To come here and unload as fast as you did, or to be able to maintain it and cap it off with a pole at the end of the day?
I would say, with where we were at Vegas, to unload this weekend and to be as fast as we were, that means we're doing our homework right at the shop. And when you get to the track, you get into the groove of some common adjustments where you can't move the needle that far. When you unload and you're fast, that means you move the needle back at the shop. That's a big accomplishment, especially where we were at Vegas.
Any additional questions? Mike?
At speeds like this, are you worried about the closing rate? And what about the brakes? I know you don't use a lot of brake here, but you're going to be using a lot of brake to stabilize the car going into the corners. Are you worried at all that some of the teams might have problems in that area?
No, the cars have good stability in them with the rear camber, and the rear spoiler that's on the car is very tall, so you have the drag number that slows it down a little bit. I mean, we could see much higher speeds at the end of the straightaway, but the spoiler slows it down a little, and then you have the extra downforce for the middle of the corner. But brakes are no issues whatsoever. You just got to put some heat in them before you come to pit road because you're really not going to be using the brakes all that much when you're out on the track going 190.
Yeah, Kurt, John Sturbin, RacingToday.com. Is there any consolation in the fact that A, it was your brother. B, it took a track record to knock you off the pole.
Track record is a small feather in the cap. The fact that it's Kyle, I wouldn't want to lose to anybody other than him, but it is bitter because I did lose to him. The biggest issue is if they're still giving away a $80,000 shotgun, he doesn't even know how to use it. That's where you could say I'm bitter, as he got the shotgun, and if I grab a rubber band leaving the media center here, that's all I'll have for weaponry.